Alright, I guess. Oh, I don't want to. No, I don't want to close OBS. So I decided that I'm just going to be doing a quick, quote unquote quick, it's a lot of monsters, MSM monster tier list. This is going to be based on how they sound inside of the song in each island, and it's going to include every island in the series. So, for example, Wink, see this little idiot here, he's going to be accounted for on Fire Oasis, Amber, Cave Island, and Continent. Because I don't think he's on any. I think that's all his islands. Yeah, he's going to be accounted for in every single one. Obviously, some monsters are exclusive to islands, like all the Wobblins and whatever. But yeah, so it's going to be a little bit confusing because of how many monsters there is. Okay, so let me show you the tiers. We have S plus tier, we have S tier, A, B, C, and then we have dipsters. I don't really know where to put them, so I just throw them in their own tier between C and D because that's kind of how I feel about dipsters in general. We have D tier, we have E tier, we have F tier, and we have the worst monsters tier. This is saved for a select few monsters that don't sound good at all for any reason ever. There's only going to be like one or two monsters that go into that tier. But yeah. So let's get into it. This is in no particular order. This is just a random tier list I found. Clamble, first monster. This will be starting all this off. It's a fairly standard percussion monster, just some symbols. I like him though. He's a B tier monster. I won't be spending too much time unless I have something specific to say about him. So Reculele is a no, Reculele is an A tier. I like Ethereal Island. It's not amazing, but it's a pretty island. And Reculele is definitely one of the better monsters. Astropod, yeah, Astropod's another A tier. It's synth. I like it. Atmos is a B tier. Cool double voice thing in the guitar, but nothing crazy. Sugar Bass, I think. It's my least favorite Sugar Bush monster, Sugar Fan monster, whatever, because he's just kind of way too quiet. So I think I'm gonna put him into D tier. A lot of the Sugar Bush monsters aren't amazing, but like none of them are terrible. He's the only one I don't like. So yeah, that's something I guess. Sugar Bush is a B tier monster. These are in no particular order, by the way. The tiers, they're just in that tier. So I throw him there. He's B tier. Sugar Beats is C tier. Sugar Rock is the best Sugar Fan monster, so I'm gonna put him to A. Sugar Vox is a bit weird, but I think he's kind of B tier. Like a lot. I don't really want to talk about these guys because they're all kind of the same thing. Sugar Buzz and Sugar Joe, I think, are both C tier, and Sugar Tar is slightly better, so I'll throw him into B. Yeah, but these are all fairly average monsters. Banja, one of the only redeeming monsters from Bone Island. You can go into B tier because I like the sound of him. Drumpler, he's a bit weird, but I'm just gonna throw him into C tier. Also, this is annoying me. That's here. 1 second. Oh my god, I'm an idiot. No, this needs to go down. This needs to go down. This needs to go down. There. No, it's not nearly as bad. Sorry about that. Schmoochel. Schmoochel's okay. I put him into A tier. It's one of my more preferred seasonals. As you'll see later, there's a couple of seasonals I really hate. Bacinerus. I kind of hate Bacinerus, if I'm gonna be honest. I don't mind him on the continent, but he's not really that great on any other islands, so I'm gonna throw him into D tier. Ludwig, I like Ludwig. He's a good monster. I'll throw him into A. Nothing crazy though. Blipsqueak is probably my least favorite Woblin in the game. She can go into E tier. Fiddlement, it's a light island monster. I don't like it that much. It's okay though. I'll throw it into C. Yastridge is a pretty great monster. I actually quite like him. I'll throw him to A. Yeah, he's pretty good on mythical, and he's okay on air. Ma is one of my favorite monsters in the game. He's my favorite natural, and I like him a lot. He's definitely S plus tier. There's a cat. I will be right back. The cat's being disobedient. Sorry about that. Anyway, like I was saying, favorite thing, and that's gonna be a very exclusive S tier. A lot of monsters are gonna end up in this area. I'm feeling. Glowl. I like Glowl. Is definitely one of the better fire monsters. I like him. I like Glowl a lot in Dawn of Fire. So it's Glowl's an S tier monster. It's pretty great. Voodoo. I like Voodoo. He's not amazing though. I think he's a B tier monster, but he has nothing crazy. Bon Appetit. I don't really understand the hype around Bon Appetit. It's a pretty decent Wublin though. It's like an A tier monster, but like people are so obsessed with him. He's not the best Wublin, but he's also not the worst. Bobo. E tier. Really boring. Blabbit. C tier. Also kind of boring, but not even close. As Hooga Booga Boy or friggin' Punkleton. Punkleton's an A tier, I'd say. He's fun. Knucklehead, he carries. He's B tier. He's not as good. Um, I'm just checking if this is Epic Wallbox as a whole, or if it's just the Epic Wallbox. My opinion will be very different. Seems to be Epic Wallbox as a whole. Epic Wallbox as a whole is kind of weird because there's two Epic Wallboxes I really don't like, and then there's three that I love. So I would have put it in S plus tier. I'm gonna throw it into S simply because of the two I don't like. Rare Roblox, on the other hand, is the best Roblox, so he's going into S plus, and normal Roblox is also an S tier because I think he's really cool. Candelabra is honestly a pretty lame monster. She's not that interesting on any island she's on, but she's not awful, so I guess I'll C tier. Cantorol, um, Cantorol is a monster. That's about it. I like him though. I think he's a B tier monster. Whimsies is A tier, kind of carries Fairy. I like Fairy a lot, so. Poke is a Wublin, but not my favorite Wublin, but he's also not my least favorite Wublin. He's like a B-ish. Carolong, I don't know. He's not the most special to me. He's honestly, I haven't found him that interesting. I think he's a C tier monster, but honestly, my opinion could change. It could be up or down. More likely up. Yelmet, he's terrible in the original game, but I actually quite like him in Dawn of Fire. If this was just original game, it'd be F tier, but because he's so good in Dawn of Fire, I'm gonna throw him into D tier. Because on Continent and on Cave Island, he's pretty great. Bonkers are, like, in terms of visually, probably my favorite looking monsters in the game. It's really goofy, but I love having monsters with props, which they're basically the only monster. Now, looking down here, there's not really any other monster that has props, if that makes any sense. I guess you could say anyone with an instrument, so something like Riff, or maybe Plankaju, kind of. But it's not the same. It's just such cool visual design, and they sound pretty good too. So I'll throw them into B. Clavavera is a pretty lame monster. She is C tier and nothing. No. She's no, not E tier. She's D tier. She also commits to or helps Bone Island exist, which is a negative. So, Clavinat. I actually really like Clavinat. I just got him recently for Fairy, and he's one of my favorite monsters on the island. He's definitely an S tier monster. Shelby also goes into S tier, considering because I'm kind of biased because I play drums, but it's just such a cool monster. Kahoot, I'll throw him into A tier. Kahoot's pretty good, pretty interesting. And I like Magical Sanctum, so that's a thing. Jamboree. Probably my favorite seasonal. My favorite Ox seasonal, at least. So I'm going to throw him at S tier. I definitely think he's better than these two. He's better than everything else up here, so yeah. Congo. Congo's a bit confusing because on the two natural islands he's on, Cold and Air, I think. Yeah, Cold and Air. He's pretty terrible. He's okay on Fire. He's pretty decent on Fire Oasis. He's okay on Gold, and he's great on tribal, and I don't really know where to throw him. So I'll throw him in a B tier because he has his ups and downs. Bogart, that is an S tier, specifically for Plant Island and Gold Island. I don't. He's also okay on tribal. I don't like him that much in cold, but it's Bogart, and that original track is the single best track in the game, and by extension, one of the best tracks in the series. So that original track, like that Plant Island track, it's so good. Dandadu, C tier. Probably one of my least favorite naturals. Um, Not my least favorite natural, but she's not great. Uh, Toe Jammer. Toe Jammer is an A tier monster. He's good on every island other than Bone. So, but yeah, he's pretty good. Dermot, I've got a couple Wublins. I like Dermot a lot, but I think I'm gonna throw him into A tier. He's kind of fun, and I like his design. Thwok is S tier because it's a base monster that isn't too quiet or sounds bad, which for me at least is decently rare because there's not a lot of base monsters to begin with. I have to go for a second. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. I keep having to pause. Anyway, Chihuahua. I don't really know. It's kind of whatever. I like him on. Continent is okay. I don't really like the part with Cybop and Pom Pom on Continent. Like I like Chihuahua's part. I just don't like that part in general. So Chihuahua's an A tier monster. She's pretty great on every island, even if they're pretty quiet. God. Incisor, however you pronounce it, like a C tier, kind of boring, but also interesting sound. So that's something. Dejajin is actually a pretty great monster. I like him a lot. Sounds terrible outside of Magical Sanctum, but it's such a cool idea for a monster. And so I'll throw him in A tier. Dipsters, Dragong, probably my least favorite. Whatever it's called, ethereal. But he's not terrible. He's just kind of whatever. So I'll throw him into C. Edamimi is one of my least favorite monsters in the game, and I don't really have a reason for it. I just really don't like her. She's just lame. I'll throw her into D tier though. She's not as bad as these two. Screamoo, a good Wublin. I think I like him more than Dermot and Bon Appetit and all these other guys. So I'm gonna throw him into S because I feel I like both of these a lot, even though Screamoo and Poke kind of are a thing together. Enchantling. Let's go straight into S plus because it's Enchantling. Great sound, great design, great lore, all around amazing. Skeletor, probably one of the better Celestials. I'll throw him into A tier because it's not my favorite Celestial, but he's pretty good. Sponge is a pretty decent monster, and that's really about it. There's not a whole lot to him. Just the whistling thing. It's kind of it. So I'll throw him in a B. I like him on a couple islands, though. I like him on Water Island a lot. Puppet is Puppet is C tier. Because he's just kind of boring, but he's not terrible. Snizer's a B tier. He's kind of just a base synth. So that's something, I guess. He's kind of interesting. Clacula is, no, Clacula's D tier. I was going to put him in E. But I like him on Magical Sanctum, so that's something. Dipstars. Fiddle is, where is S tier? S tier. Fiddle is a great monster. He's really good on Fairy, now that he exists on Fairy. And he's really good on Seasonal Shanty. Flower. Flower is C tier. I hate him on Light Island, but he's pretty decent on it. Blasoon is a B tier monster. Kind of not that interesting, but also not terrible. Florus. Probably my least favorite magical, single element magical. I don't know if I like her that much worse than Clacula, though. Yeah, you know what now, she's E tier. Cryptical, it's kind of whatever. I'll throw her into C tier, I guess. Bellafish is way too quiet, but he's a B tier monster. Galvana is S tier. Probably my favorite Celestial. I don't know. I really like Glacier as well. G'day is G'day. He goes C tier. And then there's Denches. Denches are my least favorite monster in the game. They're the worst monster in the game, and they had removed literally any resemblance of a chance that could make Bone Island good. They ruined the song, and they added literally nothing other than like downgrading the song from like a D tier song to like a E F tier song. Yeah, I absolutely hate Denches. They're some of the most obnoxious monsters in the game. Anyway, Gajoob. I quite like Gajoob. Honestly, he's probably my favorite. I think I'm putting him in S plus because of the iconic Plant Island sound, and he's also pretty good on Mythical. Glacier. Um, I'm not sure about Glacier. I really, really like him. I don't know. These two are definitely my favorite things. I'm just thinking. I think I'm changing my mind. I'm putting Glacier here, and I'm putting Galvana in S plus just because of how much I like him. Grillby's pretty good. Grillby's an A tier. And not really much to say about him though. Grumpire is B tier, kind of boring, but also kind of cool. Wydra is an A tier. I like the sound, and he's a pretty cool monster. Giger is an S tier, carries Wublin pretty hard. And Fleetworm is a B tier, being kind of lame, but also kind of interesting. There's just a quick run through of a couple of them. Bloat, C tier, kind of lame, but one of the only redeeming qualities of us. It's not even really a redeeming quality. It's just kind of whatever. I hate Light Island. Hippity Hop, B tier, not amazing but not terrible. Sidebop, I think C tier is fair for him because I hate him on a lot of islands, but he's not awful. Frondly, I don't really think of Frondly from like Magical Kingdom. I think of Frondly from Evergreen Marsh, from Raw Zebra's Lost Landscapes, and because of that, I kind of influenced my opinion. But I'm gonna put Frondly in B tier. Furnos, probably the worst Celestial. C. Gast is an A because I like the design. It's also kind of interesting. Hollow is a B tier. I kind of like him. Z-Steer is also a B tier because, kind of quiet, but it's not terrible. Hula goes into F tier for being terrible on Earth and Air, but at least she's not all god awful on Seasonal Shanty. If she was bad or even somewhat worse, she'd definitely go here. But other than that, she gets somewhat saved from being down here with Denches. Gobblegord, just because of what he did to Firehaven and Fire Oasis, he's going into E tier, even though he's pretty good on Seasonal Shanty. Basically the opposite of Hula. But it's not nearly as much of a heinous crime. Geode is pretty cool. Geode is an A tier monster. Kazillion is it's Kazillion is way too quiet. It's not way too, it's just kind of whatever, I guess. Zucker. He goes D tier, same thing as Cargo. Just kind of whatever. Boskus. We have the Boskus. What are we gonna do about Boskus? I think I'm gonna throw Boskus into B. He's not terrible, but he's also not great. There's a lot of issues with him, but he's alright. Willoughby. I actually quite like Willoughby. Willoughby, for me, is an A-tier monster. Pretty interesting. I like the sound. Dipstar. Larvalus is a B tier for being alright. Kana. There's a lot to say about Kana. Here's the issue. She's not really good in the original MSM. She's not good on literally any magical island other than Psychic. She's not amazing on Fire Oasis. She's alright in Fire Haven, and she's great on Tribal. but she really is like amazing in Dawn of Fire. So that's why I'm having struggle. Because if this was Dawn of Fire, I'd go straight to S plus. But if this was just the original game, it'd go like C. So I want to settle. I think I'll throw her into A for being mixed. Magpie. A few issues with Magpie. She contributes. She has my least favorite track of any Wordo in the game, that being her Cold Island track. But also she contributes to Water Island, which is the best natural island by far. So I don't know. I thought I wanted to B because I really like a Water Island track, but Cold Island's terrible. So Mammoth is S plus because it's Mammoth. It is the singing monster. He is not only because it's the most iconic monster in the game, but also just because he doesn't sound bad on literally any island other than Light Island. Because Light Island just has to ruin everything. Mulch. Mulch is a monster. That sounds okay. He's a C tier. Pummel, he's a bit quiet, but I don't hate him. He's pretty decent. He's a B tier. Wither, C tier monster. He's not great. Deej, another B tier. Not great. I actually quite like Vamp. Oop, did not mean to put him there. He's an A tier. Dipstar. Jellybilly, quite like him. He's probably one of my favorite ethereals, but I think I'll throw him into A. Flute Fly. I like Flute Fly. He's an A tier monster. And Mushroom is a C. It's just kind of getting like there's still so many monsters left, and look at all this junk that I've gone through already. Nebulob, A. Somewhat feel similar to him about Jellybilly. Flumox, I hate Cloud Island, but I like him on the other islands, so I guess B. Waddle, B as well, I'd say. Parcelsona, my favorite Wordo. I like her on plant, I like her on air, and I like her on water. So she's going in S plus. She's the best Wordo in the game. Scups. I quite like Scups. Scups is like an A. I like him on every island. He's not really annoying. He's great on tribal, and he's pretty fun to mess around with and composer. This boy, you can go. I don't know. I think I'll throw him in a B tier. I like him. Periscorp absolutely carries Psychic. And Psychic is the best magical island, so that's a good thing. Fangler is a pretty great fire monster, but I think he's A, not quite S. Gob is the only thing that's good about Light Island. He's going into B. Stog is pretty lame, if I'm going to be honest. It's a C tier monster. He's not amazing, not terrible though. Noggin is A for being Noggin, one of the most iconic, probably one of the most iconic monsters in the game, other than Mammoth and Furcorn. And he also doesn't sound that bad. Oztax is my favorite monster from Magical Sanctum, other than Enchantling for obvious reasons. So, but he's not quite S plus. He's going into S, but he's great. Barb's all right. I think I like him better. I'll throw him in B. Pango's okay. C. Tweedle's okay. B. And Echidna is a B. Plixie is okay. B. And Pom Pom is like Hula, but less annoying. So I'm gonna put her into E. Bridget is okay, I guess. Spee and Octopus. I actually quite like Octopus. He's going to A. I like him on Sugarbush. I like him on Gold. Pixelotl. Pixelotl's pretty great. I think he's an A tier monster. Fwog is another great dual element. I think he's an S tier monster. He's not really bad on any island. Even Bone, even considering how much I hate that island. And Brad. Terrible on plant. He's not terrible on plant. He's just not great on plant. But I like him a lot on tribal. and he's okay on the Dawn of Fire Islands, so I'll put him into B. Rebro is also okay, so I'll put him into B. Squat is kind of lame, but I also kind of like him, but it's a C. Dwumroll is pretty great, if I'm going to be honest. I think he's an S tier monster, honestly. Repetillo is A. Deepstar. Grump is a C tier monster. Riff is S plus because it's friggin' Riff, and Chorister is a S. Ruba, Ruba's okay, not terrible, but not great. B. Rorik is an S, and now Rorik's an S, considering how good he pairs with Enchantling. Rooty Toot is a B for being alright. Fun Prey is an A for being kind of cool. Shrub is a C for not something great on a lot of islands, but also being good. Deepstar. Zinth is a C for being okay. Deepstar. I think that's all the Deepstars. Steward. Steward is alright. Is pretty decent on air. Fairly boring on Earth, though. But I don't think there's really a true bad Wordo. So where did I put Magpie? I put her into B, right? Yeah, I did. He's better than her. He's going into A. Susan's pretty solid. I think B. No. Susan A. Wisp. I absolutely hate how she sounds outside of the song, but she's actually fairly decent in the song, so she usually goes into B. T-Rox is a B monster for being pretty solid. Dromedary goes into A for being pretty cool. Thrumble goes into D for being annoying. Humbug goes into D for being quiet. Platy goes into S for being the best magical quad. And Talker goes into A for being solid. Where there. Quibble. I like Quibble. It's a pretty good monster. It's probably an A. Theramind is okay, but not amazing. He's C. Thumpies is kind of boring, but also not terrible, so let's see. Potbelly is pretty great. I like him a lot. A. Timpa sucks to get, but not terrible, I guess, so B. Plinkaju, really lame. Honestly, he's really just not that interesting or incredible at all. Honestly, he's like an F tier monster. Tapricorn. Tapricorn is okay, I guess. Nah, he's a C. Pluckbill is also C. Syncopite is an S tier because I just like him a lot. I don't really have a reason. Tort is another S tier because a lot of the Celestials are pretty great. Spytrap is an E tier for being really boring. Tring is also an E tier for being really boring, but I like him on Amber Island. Hornicle's an no. I'm gonna say he's an S. I like a lot of the Celestials, so there's just a couple of dudes chilling. Flugel's also pretty great, but I think he's an A. Yeah, he's an A tier monster. He's pretty good. Tutu is a no. Tutu's a D. Uduk is wrong monster. Whatever. Reedling is S plus for being cute and great on literally every island it's on. Get back up there. Uduk is an A tier monster for being a solid monster that came from Bone Island. And Gloptic goes into A tier for being cool. And also because Psychic Island. Wink, I kind of hate Wink. There's not really an island I like him on. So I think I'm going to throw him into F. Yuggler is actually an S tier monster because of how interesting and cool he is. Yule is like a B. Ziggurat, I think Ziggurat's pretty good. He's an A. And Socks is Socks. This is pretty solid. Spirit. Why is T-Rox on here? should be an 8. I don't know. I kind of hate Spirit. I really hate the meme about him, but I can't really throw him any lower than E tier. So at least he sounds okay in the song. Favine's like a B. Monculus is great. I actually really like Monculus. Monculus is an A. Pongping, my favorite fire quad. He's going into S because of uniqueness and the fact that he's an instrumentalist that has a voice actor. Whizbang. Whizbang is my least favorite seasonal in the game. So you're going down here with Denchas, the only 2 monsters that are going to be sitting down here, just below the Dipsters. Bookworm. Bookworm's alright, like a B, I'd say. Strombonin. I'd say Strombonin is fairly overrated. But Strombonin is an A tier. He's just way too loud on both islands. No, he's not loud and cold, but he's way too loud and mythical. Sporo's pretty decent. Sporo's like I said, another A. Catalyst is kind of boring, but he's not terrible. So C. Same thing with Crunchy. Why is this dipster in my... What is happening? No, don't get... Bleatnik is a B for being Bleatnik. Schlepp is also a B for being okay. Shrubble is slightly better than both of them, going to A. Yeah, he's an A. Bowhead. Bowhead is pretty cool, but also such missed potential, so I'll throw him in a B. Then I actually really like Yeah is an S tier. And Weasel is an A. And Tuskegee, the new Fire Quint that recently came out, would probably go somewhere between B and A, but I'm not really sure. Anyway, I'm going to go through the bottom couple tiers and S and my S plus tier. No, I'm just going to go through the bottom couple tiers because there's a couple things I want to explain. I already talked about Dentures to an extent, but I didn't really talk about Whizbang. But Whizbang doesn't really add anything to the monster seasonal shanty island. God, my mouth is dry. But yeah, he is just really boring. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'm going to peace out now. Bye.